This is Unit 4, Health and Safety, Learning Outcome 2. I've got Robbie Aldridge here about to deal with an emergency situation. Okay, so we're in the boxing gym at the moment, City College Brighton Hove Ace Boxing Gym, and unfortunately Aidan Cook has just been levelled in sparring. So he's now on the floor and he's just been levelled. Okay, Robbie, firstly, you've come across the incident here. Why do you think it's important first for you to keep calm?
Because if I were to get worried or nervous, it could worry people around me, and I need to try and keep calm because first notice is Aidan.
Okay, great. So you've walked over to Aidan, you've seen he's been hurt. So without endangering yourself, what kind of measures are you taking to make sure that you're not going to get hurt yourself as well?
I'm going to make sure the area is safe and clear, so
Okay.
there's no hazards, and try to identify what's happened to him.
Okay, so what about the actual sparring itself then?
I'm going to stop it.
Okay.
Make sure I'm the only person in the room with him.
Okay, right, fantastic. Right, so you're down there, you're checking him. Okay, what's the first thing you're going to check for?
Hazards around him.
Okay, so you check for the hazard, so you kneel down with him. What else are you going to check for? How do you know whether he's conscious or not?
I'm going to speak to him to see if he can...
Okay, so we're going to check for a response. Okay, go on then.
Aidan, can you hear me?
Okay, so you've got a response. Okay, so next step is, he's obviously a little bit worried, he's just been levelled, he's a little bit emotional. What are you going to provide him with?
I'm going to reassure him.
Okay.
It's okay, Aidan. Everything's going to be fine. Knock. It will be okay.
Okay. So, right, we need to obviously give people information now about how to deal with this situation. So how are you going to deal with this situation? So you've just reassured him. What's the next stage? He's just been knocked down. How are you going to help him recover?
I'm going to get him to slowly take his time and sit up slowly.
Yeah. You do that. What else if he's still a little bit too groggy? What position can you help him with?
I can put him in recovery.
Okay, can you do that?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see you do it.
Let me think about this because I am actually a first aider. So this hand goes here.
Mm-hmm.
This leg up.
Is it that one?
Yeah, because I'm going to push him that way.
You're going to push him that way? You're going to put him towards you?
We always learn to
But look where his hand is though. That's the supporting hand, so you want his head rolling onto that hand.
Okay, so
Yeah.
bring his leg up.
Yeah.
Bring him over.
Yeah, good. So the head support, make sure you support the head as he goes over, because his hand will be limp actually. Okay, so next time we'll make sure we support. Okay.
Now he's in
Right, what we're going to do with that knee there?
I'm going to widen it a bit.
Yeah, pull it up a little bit to open the diaphragm. Okay, what about his airway? How do you make sure his airway's nice and open?
Make sure you tilt the head back.
Okay, so we tilt the head back. But be careful with that, because if he's been hit in the head, it could be a neck injury that he's got, so we've just got to be careful there.
Yeah.
Okay, right, great. So we've put him in a recovery position. What else can you help him with? Sometimes a good idea with victims, these sort of things. What can you do with him? Keep him warm.
If he's cold, maybe we could give him a blanket.
Okay, great.
Make sure he's warm.
How would you decide whether he should go to hospital or not?
Well, for a head injury, you can never really be sure.
Right, okay.
Because you don't know the severity of it.
Okay, so what would you suggest?
I'd suggest seeing how he is in maybe 5-10 minutes. If he feels really bad, maybe go to a hospital.
Right, yeah, probably always, for a head injury like that, always a good idea to go to the hospital, because you can never be sure, as you say. Okay, how do you think your communication with your injured party was?
It could have been stronger, but I find that Aidan, as he was conscious, didn't need to be too patronised.
Okay, fine. Right, next scenario is the fire alarm's gone. Somehow there's a fire just actually broke out in the corner of the gym. What's the next priority?
Trying to get Aidan out safely.
Okay, so let's do that.
Okay. Now,
So now we're going to go into the emergency evacuation.
Aidan, there's been a fire. I'm going to need to get you out, so I need you to slowly roll onto your back and sit up very slowly.
Help him. Yeah, there you go. Help him up. Right, let's get him out, because remember there's a fire over there, so we've got to be a little bit hasty now.
Okay, now, come, grab my hands.
Okay, so where's your nearest fire exit? Okay, there's actually 3. There's one there, there's one there, one there, and there. But let's take them to the nearest one. Okay, so yeah, that one's fine. Off you go. Support him. Support him. There you go, because he's just been knocked out. Knocked down, isn't he? He's got rubby legs. Okay, so why are we going out here? How do we know to go out? Why are we going out this one?
The reason we're going out here is because just up the road is a fire connection point, and this is also the fire exit.
Okay, great. So let's go. Okay, so in the far corner there, we can actually see the rendezvous for the fire evacuation. We're going to, just for the sake of this demonstration, we're just going to show that this is going to be the rendezvous point here. So we bring them over here. What's the first thing we need to take when we get here?
Register to see if everyone's with us.
Okay, great. So we check to see everyone's with us, and then what we've got to do to maintain his health.
We're going to make sure that he feels all right, he doesn't feel wheezy, and not sick or anything. And if he does, we can sit him down. And if anything gets worse, we'll come to a position of coordinating.
Okay, great. Right, so we've been allowed back in the building because the fire brigade has said we can go back in the building. What's our next stage now? So we've seen that he's been knocked out. We're obviously a bit worried about that. We don't want this happening all the time. So how can we investigate what's happened there?
We want to see what happened and make sure that it won't happen again.
Okay, so what might have been wrong about that situation? Why might have been knocked down?
Maybe sparring was a bit too hard for him, or
Okay.
sparring someone who's out of his ability range.
Great. What about personal protective equipment?
Got to make sure he's wearing his head guard and wearing the right 16-ounce belts.
Okay, fantastic. So he might not have been doing that, so we need to look at that. So who do we report it to?
The nearest health and safety supervisor, which would be
Yeah.
Adam.
Yeah. Okay, fantastic.